It is Never Run Alone. And we're back with Chris Farron-Cothan, Sissy Bergman. I'm Cam Merrick. Sans Rin McDonald this week. He's here in spirit. I'm trying to channel his exact cadence, energy, intro. He can let
You've
me
done
know
a great job.
personally how he
I'm in the
thinks I've
hottest
gone.
place
But
on earth. Near the sun. It's
yeah,
52
exactly right.
degrees.
Didn't make it out after last week's episode. So
No.
the three of us will be, talking, running, and everything else this week. Chris, how are you?
Good, mate. I'm good. I'm in the living room this evening, other than the study. Kirsty decided that she wanted to do some Pilates, and I was like, you know what? You do that. Enjoy. So here I am.
The
with
red backdrop.
some new art behind me. Yep.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
One for the video. And Sis, how are you?
Yeah, good. I'm at home as well, also in my living room. And yeah, good. Tomorrow's Friday. It's been a hot one today, but no, we're feeling good.
You have to rebrand these to be the podcast rooms, not the living rooms.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
I know.
Exactly. Well, we might jump straight into the warm-up. Some questions from the audience. Christoph,
Bloody
I'll pass
good.
to you.
Um,
Talk me through them.
We got
Let's do
a
it.
couple of questions that come in from some trusty pod listeners, Britt Ryan and Life of Max, who have submitted questions probably weekly, I would say. They're very,
Amazing.
very good. So
We love them.
Britt Ryan with a good one. What are your takeaways from your first marathon? What did you learn?
Wow. Great
Ooh.
question.
Throw it back. My first marathon was Sydney 2024, I think, which was in essence just a training run for a New York block. And I think what I learned from that one is I can do the distance.
Yeah.
Got to the end of it, and it was just okay. 42 Ks can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like uncharted waters, hey, when you first do it.
Big time.
You're never really sure because you probably never do it in a training run, especially if it's your first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I think the longest run I'd done up to that point was maybe 28 Ks. So it was
only 28 for your first.
Really uncharted marathon.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a crazy gap.
I know.
Yeah,
that's
big. Love it. Well, yeah, I mean, we were just saying that. Yeah, if you're 28 for your first one and then get into the distance at 42 in your first marathon is a bit of a baptism of fire. Yeah, big. I think my one is probably one is just you only feel good until you don't in your first marathon. I just remember going into it, super confident, felt good. Like there's something about it, like you sort of have to go through some kind of hitting the wall, and like everyone does it to a different level. And it's not quite, the absolute blow up that some people might have, but no matter what, you're going to go through that. Oh, I'm in the pain cave. I'm in the locker.
This is sore. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think mine was just like going through that pain for the first time and knowing that I could push through it and finding a second gear and finding another wave and everything like that. But yeah, I just think that it's kind of just like you got to get through one before you know what it's like. And the second time you do it, that's kind of the difference. Yeah, massive learning curve on the first one. And Sis, what about you? Your first marathon? Which was it?
So mine was Gold Coast. It was 2024, which feels crazy because that's like 2 years ago. I think for mine, it was a hugely confidence building. I think as you guys said, like you do all your training and you run 30K, let's say, and then you go, can I actually run 42 kilometers? Like, can I actually surpass that? And I didn't do many huge runs. I think I did like 2 or 3 30Ks, if that. And I think it was just this major confidence builder that I can actually, I don't know, do really hard things. And I had a really good race. I think around the race, my training was questionable. My recovery was very questionable. So I learned a lot about how to tackle the training and the recovery side. But yeah, I think just so confidence building. And I think it just automatically became a bit addictive, to be honest, that feeling of crossing the finish line.
Totally. Did you cry on your first one?
Yeah, like full on hyperventilating tears, like Yeah,
Amazing.
so emotional.
Yeah, I had a good cry on my first one too.
And
Yeah, me
Chris,
too.
you were there I remember hearing your voice as I came around the
No
corner.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have lost my voice.
Yeah, and I
Like,
just
yeah.
remember hearing you go like, "Go, sissy, go," and
Go,
just, like,
Sissy!
completely sprinting to the end. So, yeah,
Yeah,
just mad feeling, and now is we're all basically hooked to that sensation.
absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
that first time, like crossing the line, like, yeah, when you get to that final 200 meters and you like can see it in sight, and you just get such a huge hormone dump, an emotional dump.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's kind of a bit of like it's overwhelming. You don't think about it. Like
Mm.
I just remember finishing and just like just lying in the grass on the oval in Queenstown and just being like full, just crying for like 2 minutes, and it
Yeah.
wasn't like overly like happy, and it wasn't sad. It was just really just like an emotional dump. Like my body
Yeah.
was just like, and you are like, it was just like that was the release. Um,
I don't
so
know about
yeah,
you guys, but I mean, I'm down for 5 now, and the feeling has not changed. Like,
Yeah.
the feeling of I can almost cry at the thought of crossing a finish line, and the sensation hasn't changed for
Huh?
me. Like, I'm not bored or over it by any means.
I mean, I've only done 2, cried at both, and then I've been at a few finish lines and cried at each finish line for other people.
Yeah.
Like not having I haven't run the race. If you need a good cry, if you want to feel some humanity,
Mm.
go to a marathon finish line.
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely.
100%.
It's just people like at their end, like raw
Yeah.
emotion. Some people are like in tatters. They've had a horrid day. Some people have had the best day ever. Some people have like run it with loved ones. Some people come back from injury. Like it's just a bit of everything. So I think that's kind of why. I mean, I think when I did Melbourne, I was a bit more like dialed into like it was more. I'm here to try and do a time, and probably wasn't as like emotional to me. Like Gold Coast, I remember was like very emotional.
Mm.
Boston, I'm already in my head of like
You're clinical, dude.
I
Yeah.
could see it in my head. I think in Melbourne, I was just exhausted. I was like just truly exhausted, like to the point
Yeah.
of like shock, like that my body was. I remember there's a video of me like I finish and I'm like on the ground, and then like some of the boys who were like filming stuff came by and were like, and I tried to smile and I hold it for like a second, and then my face just like drops back into being like just pain. Like I couldn't even hold a smile for like 2 seconds. Like I smiled and then it's just like straight back into
Ugh.
like just pure like exhaustion pain. I was just so much in the pain cave. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Boston and not only do it, will we get to have it ourselves, but then I'm pretty excited to just like
Mate,
hang around and watch you guys just rip through.
yeah, you're going to be first of us across the finish line, and then get to see 7 of some of your closest mates rip through as well, dude.
Pretty excited.
So good.
Gonna be good.
Pretty
You're
excited.
gonna be good.
With me and Chris
Anyway.
holding hands as we cross the finish line together.
What do you mean holding hands, Sissy? You got to sprint it. You got
You
to
gotta-
sit and kick
you
on
gotta
Yeah,
it.
dip me.
true.
You're
When
gonna
I
dip me
beat
at the
Chris,
end.
when I beat
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Exactly. No, great question, Brute.
Great question.
And then we got old mate Life of Max. What
Yes.
excites you most for the year ahead?
Oh, I think we kind of spoke about it just then. I'm
We
most
have.
excited for Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think-
say Boston, having my dad and my brother and my niece there, like, oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just kind of came for the crew. Another
Yeah.
reason why I think Goldie hit a bit bigger than Melbourne for me is that like Goldie, we had like 25 people there, and so many people on the course. Whereas Melbourne, I was like staying by myself and like didn't have as much buzz around like the crew and the group. And
Mm.
Boston, I just know the 5 days before are going to be like energy,
much
buzz.
fun.
Everyone's going to be so excited.
Yeah. It's going to be like
Yeah.
sleep, eat, rest,
Yeah.
walk, eat,
Yeah,
sleep.
it's going to be
yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
Agreed.
So that, but
So
yeah, more
good.
racing. More
More
racing is what I'm
racing.
excited for.
Way more
Yeah.
racing.
You know what
Come
though?
on.
Just like the training block, like for example, on Saturday, I'm sure there's a big crew going out for a long run. Like I'm so excited just for like I know I said I was dreading my long
Yeah.
run, but I'm also excited. Like I'm really enjoying doing
Yeah.
these sessions with people, with different people, having people jump in on a session. Like I feel like the block so far has been really versatile, and it's been really nice to like train with other people in different spaces and just
For sure.
enjoy the journey.
Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
absolutely. I feel like
So
we're starting
good.
to get into that sort of, you get into a little bit of a lull like November, December, January in Sydney, as people are kind of like silly season, everyone's having a good time. The big races are done, but then like sort of Jan, Feb starts to come around, and everyone's kind of like twitching to like get back into a block. And you've either got April stuff, or people are starting to target Goldie, and they're getting revving back up, and
Slowly
that's what
getting ready. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of getting it now, and I'm ready for just it to start ripping big sessions. So
Come on.
I'm
Same.
excited. I'm excited.
Our glorified, gloriful, whatever he is, host Rin has
Shout
sent
out
through
to
a
Rin.
question as well. Shout out to him, who is probably sitting on his living room floor with everything in his life in a cardboard box.
Packing,
He's just
building
moved-
IKEA furniture.
Yeah, he moved house today. And his question is somewhat related. He goes, would you rather be banned from running events for the next 3 years? You were drinking soy milk from a questionable coffee shop and traces of an illegal substance showed up in a drug test. So you're banned. Or you have to move house every 6 months for the next 3 years.
Move house.
I'm moving house, man.
Moves is tough, but I probably think I'd get pretty lean with it. That's what I think. 'Cause
You'd be like
I did-
nimble with
I
your
Part of the
packing.
training. It's part of the training block.
I literally did like 4 in 4 years, and it was like I got pretty good at it by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then as soon as you like get past 12 months staying somewhere, you just start accumulating shit. There's just you've got everything. There's a I've got a little storage room right here, and it's just full of shit. It's just been building up and up, and I'm worried whenever I move, there's just going to be half of Vinny's store in there, so it's going to be interesting.
You wait until kids get added to the picture. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's horrific.
Anyway, speaking of getting into it, Sun Run on the weekend, the first sort of proper race in Sydney, you could say.
Yeah.
Around. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fun run.
First like big race. Yeah.
Yeah, probably 8,000 people.
Yeah,
something like
I think
that.
So. Yeah.
In racing from DY down to Manly, very hilly course, very hot day. Sis, you and I both run it.
We did.
I'm sure a lot of our local listeners might have given it a run. Talk me through your day.
Yeah, it was good. Me and Elle caught an Uber from the east up to DY in the morning at lovely 5:15 a.m. I was really, really nervous, like genuinely was like shaking in the morning.
Like marathon nervous?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
you know what? It's because, and it's pressure I put on myself, but I obviously wanted to do a good job. I knew that it was going to be a race. I'm not just running for vibes anymore. It is like we're starting to take things a little bit more seriously. And I was like, this is going to suck. I was not really like excited to run because I knew that it was going to be really hard. But I had a single digit bib, which was
Pretty cool.
amazing.
Big
I feel like
dog.
that's like a bucket list moment.
Yeah.
You got to save it.
Yeah, still got it. Absolutely. And got to the start line and was there with another incredible woman called Megan Chappell, who is like a bit of an idol hero of mine, who's just an incredible triathlete and is like the best at all three sports. Like it's incredible and podiums
She's a
all the
weapon.
time. She's a weapon.
Absolute weapon.
And got to the start line. And then as the 60-second clock was basically going down, my friend Cam arrived.
Do we know
Like-
him?
Yeah, I was like, oh, hello, Cam. Thank you for joining us this morning, which was quite funny. And there he is next to Ed Goddard. And then it was one of those races where I even got to the start line and then it was like, okay, all of a sudden we just went. And I just decided I'm going to hold on to Meg the entire race. And I would not have gotten the time that I did without her. Like I was redlining the whole time, but it was incredibly empowering and it made me realize that I can do more than I think I can. And
So good.
Holding on to
And
someone, oh my
For
gosh.
those of us who don't know, what was your time?
I got 36:59 chip time.
So good.
So I was very happy.
Sub 37, baby.
Sub 37.
So good.
And my coach, Maddie, confirmed over WhatsApp about a week earlier. So see, this is not a PB course. It is very hilly. So I was
What
like,
a schmuck. What does
okay,
he know?
what does he know? What does he know? But yeah, came 7th female, which I'm stoked about. So, and she came
So good.
6th, and I did drop my AirPods at about the 9K mark, and did have to go back and grab them, which was an interesting moment of holy shit, I might actually pass out here.
Wait,
But
you picked them up mid-race?
genuinely, I was gonna leave them, and I was like, this is like $300 worth that you're just
It's
basically
not
leaving
worth
on the ground. I was like, just quickly grab them, and I
Just grab 'em.
did. Yeah. But
It would be pretty
humid
funny. You
day.
walking back on the course trying to grab them later on. Just like,
Oh,
sorry
imagine.
guys, sorry. Like ducking
Sorry.
and weaving, trying to yeah.
Sorry.
And my AirPods, have you seen my AirPods?
Yeah, literally,
Nice.
literally. But it
Great
was a
stuff.
great day out, and then did a little 8K to finish because Saturday long run needs to get done.
Big.
But
Gotta
yeah,
do it.
great race.
How good.
After I had my colleagues go, so was it fun? Did you have fun? And I was like, not really.
Oh,
No.
you naive little colleagues.
Yeah. I don't know if
Good
people
stuff,
dying
sis.
fun, but yeah, it was good. What about you, Cam?
Cameron, what you got?
We'll touch on my pre-race activities later on in the. I've got a bit to discuss later on. But yes, pending that, my lovely girlfriend dropped me off at a reasonable time before the race, and I get to the start line. Yes, about a minute, maybe 90 seconds before the race. I sort of duck in at the towards the front. Luckily, tie my shoelaces again just to double check, and then pretty much it was like 20 seconds, and then the race was starting. So, yeah, bang straight up a hill. I kind of tried to sit with like the second pack. 2 guys went out in front, Ed and another guy, Leo, who ended up winning. So, like both pros. And then I was in a group with this guy I know named Will, who's a good runner doing Ballarat. And then guy Kieran Tall and Tipo. There's a bunch of like sort of local Sydney guys in that heat, and I didn't feel. I sort of got like 2Ks in, and I was like, oh, I'm not didn't really feel like too crash hot. Again, hadn't had really as good of a warm up as I would have liked, but didn't feel amazing, but was feeling okay. I could hold a decent click. So with the hills, like with first K, I don't know what we went out the first K out, but the second K is like you bomb it downhill, and I was trying to like hold back on the hill because it's like seriously steep and you're like flying down there, and I'm like, I just don't want to face plant.
Mm,
And
agreed.
I kind of sat. I think we clocked that at like 3 flat or something like that. And again, I was like, okay, sort of sat through, and I let the guys kind of go, like third and fourth guys go, just thinking I don't need to force this. In my head, I was like, I can try and sit like somewhere between like 306 and 310. If I can just sit in that for a bit and I can get to the end, see how I'm feeling. Wasn't feeling amazing, so I was like, it's probably going to fade a bit, but we'll just hold. I'm not going to over exert now. Anyway, get through, get joined by another guy, and he was looking pretty strong. Me and him, I ran behind him for a little while. This other guy tried to like catch us for a bit, and then like spewed at like 5Ks in, like behind us. Like I just hear him like heaving behind me, and yeah, literally hitting that. And I'm like, I like talk to the guy in front of me. I'm like, what is going on? Anyway, so we get through to like 5 or 6 again. I'm like, not feeling too crash hot. The guy sort of pulls away from me at like maybe like 6 and a bit. And then Tipo, who was kind of probably 20 meters behind us at some point, I don't know when he eventually caught, but he went past me on like the hill.
The freshie.
Yeah, at Freshie, sort of like 7K. We sort of go down the
Ouch.
bottom and then come back up that hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just was like properly redlining there. Like just again wasn't feeling too crash up. I think my heart rate was like sitting at like 200 like the whole race. I maxed out at like 205, which I don't think I've ever got to.
That's
So
disgusting, dude.
I was properly sitting in the pain cave. I started feeling all right around like 8.5. Got a bit of a second wind. They were probably like maybe 70, 80 meters ahead of me. And I was like, probably too hard to pull back. So I tried to give it just hold pace and give it a good nudge to finish, but I didn't really have the ability to try and mow them down. If they were within kind of like 30 meters, I would have probably tried to like sprint finish and kick, but didn't have it. So it was fine. Ended up coming 6th and a 32:24, about a minute off my PB. But
Very
I
good.
went into the race, given it was, 95% humidity and whatever, and I'm just getting back into the block. I think it was a pretty decent hit out. I was aiming for top 5 and sub 32, so I'm just outside both those. So not a bad day.
Was your previous 10K at the
Harbour
The
10.
Harbour.
Harbour? Yeah. Which, I mean, very different times of the year, very different courses.
Yeah, and that was flat. I mean, we split the 5K at like 15:45, I think we did.
Mm.
Was what I think I split. So like was on track for like 31, high 31s, but just just didn't have it at the end. But yeah, solid hit out. Felt all right, did 30 the next day. Went on a glorious run actually down towards like the beaches near like Brighton Sands, Ramsgate. Beautiful little track. That's
So good.
would recommend as a little sunrise sort of setup. Very no traffic, paved roads, all paved track all the way along the beach. Beautiful, like 8K long beach. So nice. So yeah, big week. Clicked over the 100K for the first time probably this year. 105.
Nice.
Deload week this week.
Massive.
Back into it. Feeling good.
Massive. I was just
So,
looking
yeah.
at your Strava for the race, and your slowest K was kilometer 8, where it is 20 meters of elevation, so that freshwater hills, and you drop down to a 3:36, which is still just blazing fast.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were
And 90%
Yeah.
humidity. Let's not forget.
Yeah, it was so sticky
I
that
was
morning. My word.
so sweaty. I didn't grab any
Yeah.
water, which might have been a mistake. I also forgot to take a gel I had. Wasn't my best race, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, solid hit up. So
Hey, win some, lose
Mm.
most. You'll learn.
so true, mate. So true. We'll take a top 6.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As long
Absolutely.
as
About
it
your
wasn't
week?
4th place.
Yeah.
Well, he was
I
4th
was
in his
thinking
age
it.
group.
I was 4th in my age group. There you go. There's always a 4th somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
4th
was
place
thinking about
king.
it when I was in the race.
Good.
I'm like, am I going to come 4th here? I was like, I'm pretty much like in the mix here. Like the group I was running with was competing for 4th, and I was like, if I win this group, then I'm in 4th. Anyway, it was pretty funny. What about you, Chris?
Scary.
Big week for you. Back to some
last week.
speed?
Yeah, big. So what do we got? We did 35Ks last week. Some just steady runs, nothing major, couple of strides here and there. Did my testing at the physio, got like testing my reactive strength and calf strength and all that kind of stuff post injury. And everything is sitting between 20 and 40% increase, which is really great. So
good.
I think all this time I've been spending in the gym has been paying dividends. And so like my hop height and like ground contact time, all that stuff is in a really good place. Not just like good place post injury, but good place from a general baseline, which is great. So I got the tick of approval to get into some speed work, which got my first session, or did my first session on Wednesday morning.
How was it?
Back.
It was great. It was so good. I was nervous as to how fast I would feel, or as to how quickly I could get fast, if that makes sense, how like my leg turnover and that kind of stuff. But it all kind of came back pretty quickly. So I did a 3x5 minute with 2 minutes off, I think. And I came out the gates for that first rep at a strong 3:20, and I was like, whoa, dial it back, son.
Just like old times.
Yeah. So, okay, good. You know how to do that. Cool.
Yeah.
Your heart can't keep up.
Just first 1K.
Yeah.
Still got it. Love it.
So, I did, I think it was like 350 was the first rep, 353 was the second, and then I did a fast 335 for the last rep, gave it a good rip, and the body coped really well and has coped really well. Recovered really well overnight. Did some gym this morning. Everything's feeling good. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident in my body, which is good. We'll knock out
Exciting, man.
an easy hour on the weekend. And then I think from next week or maybe the week after, I'll start adding in like some marathon pace efforts into my long runs. So
Oh yeah.
that will be exciting. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all
Well,
kind
it's
of
good that
happening.
you can like already sort of get back to those paces and it's not too crazy like on the body. That's the
Yeah.
hardest part.
Yeah.
I know when I started this block, I was like, oh, like getting down to those like top paces in a session like feels pretty tough right now.
Yeah, look, I mean, I did 3 5-minute reps. We'll see how that looks next week when I
Bit
do
different
4
to
and then
2 hours and 45
3 by
minutes.
8 minutes in a couple of weeks. We'll see how it extends out. But yeah, a bit of a confidence boost going in, which is good.
Definitely.
Good place to be. Good place to
Great
be. You know,
place
11
to
weeks
be.
out. Yeah. Love that.
75 days today.
I know.
Whoa.
Huge.
75 days.
Yeah.
So
Exciting.
crazy.
Scary.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Boston, let's talk about the Millrose Games. Bit of a Oz Athletics, World Athletics. You know, the big dogs are now starting to throw themselves around again. There was some rapid times, some odd distances. Bit of a rogue one, the Millrose Games. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, I sent you a post, Chris, about it, that it's kind of based on this guy who used to own a department store, I think, and he had a track on top of his store that he used to have his staff could work out at, and then they sort of started holding event like a annual set of events, and then that was early 1900s, and it just kind of grew into this thing, and it became an annual big race where like the best runners in the world would come to do this mile that was named after him, Wanamaker. And anyway, it's in Boston. It used to be run on this wooden track. Crazy. Anyway, quite interesting read, but they set some interesting times in the fact that they had the mile and they also had the 2 mile. They had, I believe it was a 3K as well.
Yeah.
And they do, a women's 600 and 1,000 meter. They kind of tick off a lot of these weird distances that, yeah.
Did I see that the short course as well, like they had like a 55 meter in there as well, or like a 60 meter race?
60. Yeah, that's the short course sprint. If you ever watch it,
they run into the crash pads.
Yeah, Lockie Kennedy, the Aussie, I think came second at maybe World Indoors last year in the 60 meter.
Yeah,
he's quite a good 60 meter runner. But yeah, very interesting. But I guess just flying through some highlights of that. In the Australia, pretty good showing. First off, Cam Myers, 19-year-old, set the world's fastest time this year. Also the fastest time, I believe, run by like the youngest person ever to go that time. 3 minutes 47, I believe it was.
In the mile, right?
Just in the mile, yeah. Just crazy stuff. He's come back from I think he had a bit of a health scare. And yeah, he's back into top form. He obviously won another big race in January, run a 3:47 here, won the Wanamaker Mile, one of the most prestigious mile races in the world, beating Yared Nuguse, who's a bronze medalist at the Olympics, who's won it, I think, the last 3 times.
Did you watch the race?
I watched the back end of the race, and he was just electric.
He was so good. And then Yared Nuguse kind of like trying to make a push on the outside there around that last bend, and Myers just like put his head down and just charged away.
Yeah, seriously
Crazy
impressive stuff.
Yeah.
And then in the women's, Jess Hull, narrow second to come second in the mile. So a first and a second for the Aussies. Pretty good showing, if I do say so.
The year of the Aussie athlete.
Yeah. So she ran a 4:20 in the mile. Rabbit and Lyndon Hall, another Australian, came fourth. She's backing up off. I think she ran at World Cross, as Jess did as well, obviously, as winning the medal. And then probably also worth calling out that was quite interesting was the men's 2 mile. which had a lot of the big names in the sort of 1500 5K range. Cole Hocker up against Josh Kerr. Kai Robinson, the Aussie, came fourth in that. Cole Hocker won.
He's an absolute stone cold killer, is Cole Hocker.
Yeah. He's just like, his kick is crazy. I just don't understand how he finds like an extra gear all the time. It's just so impressive. And then Lauren Ryan, Aussie, who was also at World Cross. She, I think, was the one who was in the team as well as Jess Hull. She came fifth in the 3K. So some seriously impressive running at the Wanamaker Mile. The track is back. Short track is back. It's quite interesting to watch the short track because it's banked corners.
The banked corners is crazy.
Yeah, it really is a bit of a different vibe.
NASCAR for people.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that like it makes it a little harder to overtake, but at the same time, if you can like get a bit of a slipstream and like slingshot off the bank, it'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like a indoor course somewhere in Australia, but I don't think we really have it. I know there's a short course one going on in Victoria this week. It's not as common as it is over there in the US because they've got a bit more extreme weather. Exactly right. And probably worth noting, Sam Ruth, who is the 16-year-old from New Zealand,
mate,
set the fastest time ever by a 16-year-old.
Was it under 20s?
It was the youngest person ever to break 350 in the mile. He ran a 348. So
that's insane.
Yeah, he was a second off Cam Myers.
But he's what, 5 years younger?
3. Cam Myers is only 19, which is pretty wild.
Okay.
But yeah, 16 years, 294 days. And he just got from New Zealand like 5 days earlier. So Cam Myers is ran a 347 when he was 18.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty.
We got a bit of
impressive stuff.
A rivalry forming.
Be pretty cool, Trans-Tasman connection.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, can you imagine being 16 and being right in the mix with the best in the world? Pretty wild.
Pretty incredible.
Did you see or catch any of it over the week, sis, or just sort of some highlights, or just see?
Just some highlights through socials. I saw the Kiwi guy, and I was absolutely. He looks so young as well.
He's got a real baby face, hey?
He does. Just absolutely insanity. And like he would have. I mean, how do you even have time to get that good at track? Like that's what's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think he sort of like burst in the scene like a year ago, and then it was kind of people like, oh, is he going to be able to like because he was obviously like fastest at his age, but it's like, is he going to translate that into the men's level? And then it's just like exceeded it. So
it was like, yes, I can.
Yes, I will.
The answer is
so.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Worth noting as well for you, Chris. I know you like that Cooper Lupkenhaus, the other young guy,
the college
he won
kid.
the 600 meter.
Yeah.
600 meter. I think he was in high school, maybe.
Oh, epic!
He won the 600,
he was
which
high
is
school,
quite interesting.
Yeah.
There was a couple, just some pretty impressive times. So, good showing from the Aussies around there. Good to see that them all sort of getting back into the mix. So track is back in a big way. So keen to follow that in the next little bit.
So good.
So speaking of sending it, we might take it to the Instagram this week where if you're a runner and you listen to this podcast, it's
been an absolute firestorm.
If you listen to this podcast, you're probably in the running, algorithm.
Whoa.
There's not a chance in the world that you haven't seen some kind of video as Chris drops his camera mid go. All the chat around, everyone got their 2 cents in on stress fractures and overtraining and whether you should ride a bike while you've got XYZ injury. Like it's been a lot. It's been a lot. What are we sort of seeing this week, and what are our thoughts?
I find it quite interesting in terms of, obviously there was a certain female influencer who's probably been quite heavily targeted for this. What I find really disappointing is that I probably see a slight gender bias in that I've seen a lot of men out there in the industry hustle, preach a lot of things, get injured, and not really get any slack for it. Whereas this one female, obviously, she's been training really hard, probably hasn't been, I don't know her training history fully. I don't know her recovery. I don't know her day to day, but has been absolutely rinsed online when it is nobody's business. I do understand that. I don't know. I don't even know if people have a responsibility. She's not trying to sell anything. She's not trying to preach a lifestyle. She's just sharing her training. And I do find it interesting how, I don't know, there's just a lot of hate on towards her specifically when I've seen lots of other people make stupid mistakes and kind of just get away with it. I just find that quite disappointing. And I think that
Yeah.
people who, I don't know, unless you're that person's doctor or physio, or just don't comment, just keep your head down, focus on yourself, and
Totally.
let people
I
just
think
do what
like
they want to do.
it's so interesting. I think even if you are a doctor or physio or whatever, you don't have her medical history.
No.
You don't have
Yeah.
her scans. You don't have literally nothing. You're going off what you've just seen, and it making these huge sweeping claims of no, you can't do this. No, you shouldn't be do that. You're like setting a bad example. Like, come on, man.
Mm.
Like,
And can I just give you an example, right? So Hugo Fry, we love, hilarious
yeah,
content. His training is pretty wild. It's excessive, right? And
yeah,
everyone finds it really funny, and it's kind of a joke, and it's all this and all that. I
It's funny
guarantee
till it's
you
not, isn't it?
it is, but I guarantee you if Hugo Fry was a woman, they would say you have a responsibility, people look up to you. I just find it so interesting how for
yeah,
us it's like, oh, this is funny Hugo content. But if roles were reversed and I was training and posting like that, everyone would be telling me, you're a woman, you need to calm down. Your hormones this, your hormones that. And I'm like, yeah, but what about his hormone? What about how he's
yep,
Yeah.
feeling? So yeah, that's all I'll
Yeah.
say of it from a female lens. I do find it quite, I don't know, some double standards out there. And I do think that, yeah, people need to unless they just need to stop giving people advice and judging people and commenting, and just focus on your own stuff and protect your peace and just let people do what they
yeah,
want. If they get injured, that's they have to live with it.
Yeah. I think like there's clearly some whether it's overtraining or under recovering or under fueling, whatever, there's clearly something there. That's how stressy happens. Like it doesn't just
yeah,
there's something so there's a deficiency somewhere. And that's whatever it is, you're doing something wrong. Like so whatever that's the case. Like and I'm sure she's aware of that and I'm sure she's trying to rectify that. Like, no one goes into it trying to get a stress fracture. Like
totally. And you know,
problem
like,
with pushing, yeah.
see, as someone who has just been through a stress fracture, if everyone turned around to me going, well, you weren't eating properly, were you? Oh, well, you were training too hard, weren't you? I'd be like, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That's why I'm here. Oops, I'm gonna try fix it next time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
trying to do this. Like,
nobody feels worse than the person living with it. Like, why would
Exactly.
you want to make
Exactly.
them
They're the
feel
one who can't run.
worse? Exactly.
they're the one who can't run. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. I agree that like there's some level of like, there's some level of like accountability. Like people are going to follow you and like look up and see your sessions and things like that. Like, and again, there's on the other side, there's pressure. And I know the same thing of like, especially because she's like a very good runner. And you, when you're towing the line of a lot of volume and a lot of intensity, if you're not doing stuff right, or like you're lacking in one way, you're not aware of stuff or whatever, it's gonna catch you, and that's just like sometimes you got to go through it to learn it. Like,
yeah,
so like that's part of it. Again, like part of that is she's doing a training for a certain pace and certain time, whatever. Like, I'm sure if I just out of the blue started posting my thing and no one knew about what I was doing, and they'd be like, "Wow, you're running 130, 140 k's a week, and like
and playing
crazy.
netball and
yeah, and playing soccer or whatever." It's like that's great, and like but they don't know all the other
they don't
stuff.
know your
that's going on.
context. Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, it's just been a lot. It's more like it's not even the actual thing itself. Like I think everyone was kind of, and again, I'm sure she herself was like, I probably fucked up a bit here. Again, I'm sure she's aware of what she's done. She's gone on physio,
Mm.
got advice, getting stuff. Like I've spoken to her, like trying to get herself right. But at the same time, it's like, you know, every person has had to have their 2 cents in this, and it just becomes a
Yeah.
bit like clickbaity, like engagement farming. Just like, here, let me chuck my, lob my shit in the pile of just like shitting on this person. And in
Mm.
reality, it's just like, you don't know their context, you don't know whatever, like, you don't know what their physios told them, you haven't seen a scan, you don't know how stressed, you don't know how bad it is, you don't know how good it is, you don't know what recovery is like, you don't know what her timeline is, you don't know what her risk appetite is. Like, there's so many elements of a
Yeah.
stress fracture and an injury that go beyond just someone saying, I've got X injury. There's
Mm.
ranges within it. There's ranges within the risk tolerance of how fast you want to try and get back, what sort of load you're willing to load onto. Like, there's so many different elements to it that I just think that people coming in and lobbing their thoughts on it is like just as misinformed or like just as poor as someone under fueling and under training. Like, it's just a bit like, like you're just the same in a different way, and like, better. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
lobbing your own shit without context is like the same as you getting annoyed at what they're doing. Like, it's just dumb. Like, everyone just let it be and be like, no one wants to be injured. At the
Good
end of
luck
the day.
to you, mate. As in, good luck, girl. Do your thing.
I also
Yeah.
think people are just not enjoy, but I think some people just relish in watching the downfall of someone who is on such a high.
Totally.
And they just love to
course.
jump on
Especially
the
in Australia.
bandwagon and be like, I told you so. And I find it so disappointing that
Yeah.
that has been the response rather than, shit, are you okay? Like, this must be really tough to go through.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry this has
Yeah.
happened to you, especially when it's basically your career and your life is kind of dependent on sport, and that's what people expect from you. Like, to then have
Yeah.
people go from being like, we love you and support you, to them being like, well, I told you so.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you imagine
it's
though, like
just-
opening your Instagram and just this is like, you're a fucking idiot. How dare you?
Aw.
Like, it's just like.
Can you imagine
Luckily,
every
she's
time
got
we
like
got
some
an
good people around her.
injury? Yeah, like every time I've been out running so many times, like I haven't had a stressy. Doesn't say. I mean, who knows? It could happen. Unfortunately, they can just happen. I'm trying my best not to, but
Best runners in the world get stressies.
yeah. And if every time my ITB flared up, I had someone knocking on my door being like, "You didn't do enough strength. You haven't. Your hips are too tight. This is bad.
You're not sleeping enough.
You're
It's
not
like,
sleeping
thanks.
enough.
Yeah.
Too much mileage." I would honestly never leave the house.
You'd quit running.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that, just got some good people around her that we know in
Agreed.
Sydney because she's here, obviously. But like, anyway, yeah.
Everyone just needs to mind their
know.
own business.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Speaking of
responsibility.
business,
There's a responsibility to like, have some transparency about what your other stuff, what's going on around your training and your recovery and what you're
Yeah.
doing. But at the same time, like, I think it's gone well beyond that on the other
Mm.
side.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Agreed.
I think it's gone a bit far, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sissy, hit us with your game. What you got? We talked about this last week. We soft launched it.
Are we ready
didn't
to
have
have
time
some
for it.
fun?
Yeah.
Now, we
I'm
all
always ready.
grew up playing and loving this game. Sadly, there's no, unless you've got a beer next to you, but we're going to play a little game of Never Have I
Water.
Ever Running
Got a Maud.
Edition.
Kewpie mayonnaise.
Love
Oh
it.
my God.
Delicious.
Get into a shot of that. Why'd you
All
got that on
right.
there?
We had sausages for dinner and I'm on the dining room table. Yeah.
Yum. Love
Keep
Kewpie.
your sausage, okay.
The children.
Fair. Sure, the children.
You and Kirsty.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, guys, this is Never Have I Ever Runners Edition. You know the rules. I'm going to say Never Have I Ever, and you have to say whether you have or you have never.
Okay.
So,
Dangerous.
number 1, never have I ever started a race too fast and regretted it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I have.
Many times.
How long do you have, Sissy?
Yeah. Over half my raises.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Love
not
it.
half, but a good chunk.
Fantastic. Me too. Never have I
I don't think
ever.
you've lived if you haven't done that.
No. Never have I ever lost a toenail from running.
I have never.
Yeah, lost one at Noosa.
Damn.
Yeah, gone.
Chris,
Pacing
you have
job
never.
cost me a toenail.
How
Yeah,
is she?
geez.
Is she all right?
Fine. Fine
She's
now.
back? Nice.
Back and better than ever. Shout out James. That was the price I had to pay to pace you. Was give
I
up my
know.
toenail. It's a
Jeez.
sacrifice to the sub 3 gods.
Chris, you've
Yeah,
never.
so
That's impressive. I've lost like probably over, I don't know, 7 or 8 toenails in my past few years.
whoa.
Yeah.
I've only
Have
had
you
that
ever?
one. I don't really ever
When
get
was
it.
the last time you had a full set?
I only have 7 as we speak, which is probably really bad to admit.
That was like
Um,
Maisie when she did her first Mara in Gold Coast, our friend Maisie, and she like did her first and might be her only ever Mara, but I think she came out of that with like 5 dead toenails and like just taped. Like the next day she's at the pub like that night, it's like toes taped. But yeah, I haven't had it
That's
really for a while. So
crazy.
yeah,
I
good
get it.
one.
Mine, I think they're overrated anyways.
Yeah, I think
Nev-
mine. I lost more playing soccer. I used to get like put
yeah.
a stud on them, and they just die, and then they just like eventually fall off. It's grim.
Ew. Never have I ever peed while running.
As in, like in my shorts?
Yeah.
I have never.
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 Okay, good.
We're probably lucky as guys. We just find a tree or a bush or something like
This
that.
is
and,
true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, bit of public urination.
Yes. Never have I ever paused my watch in between efforts to make my time look faster.
Never.
Never.
Good.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know.
It was trained well from day dot.
Good.
Yeah.
Never have I ever done an extra session outside of my training plan.
Oh, sissy, of course we have.
Oh,
Yes.
sessions. I don't think I've done a session. Never really. Oh,
Do you mean-
actually,
Like an extra 5K?
Yeah.
Is that what you
like
Okay.
a proper like session. I don't know. I've turned a couple easy runs into runs that were a little harder, which probably should count for this.
The
Often I'm
zone
like paced
2.
Ella or paced mates.
Yeah.
And Maddie would be like, yeah, I guess that's kind of in your like zone 2, zone 3, but
High zones.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's high zone 2.
Because your heart rate maxes out at 210, you can you can get up to 170, 180 okay.
Yeah, literally.
It's like,
literally.
yeah, like 350 is in your easy range, but probably shouldn't every time. Anyway, yeah, definitely done that a few times.
Never have I ever hidden my session on Strava to hide my results.
Ooh. I think I've only done that for like warm up cooldown for just to not clog the public feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll often post like sometimes I'll do it with like workouts or cooldowns and warm ups, cooldowns. I'll just go like the don't post to feed.
Yeah.
Like it'll still be on my profile, but it won't be like posted to. Yeah, I'm not going to be like 1.5K warm up.
Yeah.
Chuck as a kudos for that if you don't mind.
To be fair, I walk to work every morning and I always hide it because I'm like, no one needs to see my morning walk. Every
Fair.
morning.
We have a serious ghost operator among us, Mr. Rin MacDonald.
Oh.
I don't know when the last time he put a public run up.
Very
I don't know.
interesting.
Or it's heavily delayed and then it just like kind of gets
Shadow
hidden in the feed.
operator.
Yeah, he releases it.
We
and
have
gets put in the
we
feed.
have a theory that he is not actually injured and is absolutely destroying his block, and is going to come out with like a 220, 225 in Boston.
If
Kind of
only.
hope he is. Like, that would be the most.
It would
Be
be
a pretty
so
funny way to
great.
do it.
It would be so funny.
Oh, it would be so great.
Has anyone got him
I
on
don't know
like
if he'd be able
Find
to
My
keep
Friends?
it on the down low.
No, he wouldn't. No way.
No.
He'd be out in the
There's no
middle of Swan Hill anyway.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to tell.
Literally. Never have
yeah.
I ever tried something new on race day and regretted it.
I have not.
Yeah. I definitely would have. Yeah. New
Anything you
gels.
can remember? Yeah.
New shoes. Like new kit. Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah. Probably not like
fun.
massive regrets, but definitely like done some bits and pieces.
Oh, I will say so for New York, we got given some like tights when we were over there, and I'd never run a long run in them. Wore them race day, and my word, did I learn about the meaning of chafe. Whew!
Yes, I remember this.
That was a bad time.
This.
That was
Yeah.
a bad time.
And someone had like
Yeah.
some like gel on the course.
Vaso.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Vaso?
yep,
Yeah.
a little bit of Vaseline. Yep.
So good.
Let me just tell you, I got pretty close to the old nip action in a white singlet on the weekend, and because it was so humid and like, yeah, I was in it dangerous
End up
territory.
on a mental athletic just from your Sunday long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been bad. Luckily the next day, like it was so humid on the Sunday as well. Like, and I was just running out. I wore the Boston Build shirt, the Adsis, but it was like probably within like 8K. It was like completely like.
Dude, the photo you put
see-through.
up, it was drenched.
Yeah, it was drenched, and I only just kept it on just so I could take that photo, and then immediately took it off, and was like,
Wringing it out.
yeah, it was. Oh, by the end, because I tucked it into my like tights. By the end of it, that thing was like, yeah, that was like holding probably like half a liter of sweat. It was cooked.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
It was a very, very humid Saturday, Sunday. I reckon I don't want to think about how much sort of sweat I'd lost. Just trying to make sure I literally finished that run. Was going brekkie with my girlfriend and her friend, and I literally got home, like showered, smashing up and go, smashed a whole thing of electrolytes, and went straight there and just like had a coffee, had a massive feed. I was like, yeah, it was within like 20 minutes of finishing the run. I was like, I need to fuel immediately, otherwise I'm going to crash.
Literally.
Yeah. It was good.
All right, we'll do one more. Never have I ever stalked someone's Strava stats.
Always.
All the time. What's the point of Strava?
Well, yeah. What are you doing?
Sometimes just looking at I've done it for races. I did it for the race on the weekend. I want to know who's running.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Yeah. Half the time it's me like checking someone's session out more out of like, oh, they're crushing it, and then some like every now and then it'll be like, it's a lot of volume in a couple of days. Let me just make sure that.
Yeah.
Let me just
Strava
and I've
police.
done that to and was I right or was I right?
Well, guess what, Cam? On tomorrow I've got 12K. Saturday I've got 32K. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, well, you're into a big block now, so it's a bit
true.
more.
It's true.
Yeah.
Easy runs as well.
It's
No
okay.
efforts.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 14 tomorrow and then I've got 28. So, yeah, I'm the same thing. But,
Yeah, true.
It was when you're doing 60K in a week and you got 42Ks in 24 hours, it's probably not the way it was meant to go.
No.
It's a very specific case.
No.
But yes.
Very good.
Thank you for playing along.
Thank you.
Well done,
Sissy.
sis.
That was
well
excellent.
done. I wonder if everyone had a guest everything
Cheers.
listening along at home.
Should we sell and buy some things?
I think we should.
I
Wrap
think
it
we
up.
should.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
Chris's infamous, was it sell or a buy last week? I can't remember, but got some love on the Instagram. The old
It did. It
saying
was a
hi
sell.
on.
I was
It was
selling
sell,
lots.
yeah, fair enough.
I've been asked, but I've caused some controversy at work with that one. People
I'm
being
trying
like,
to be a bit more proactive with it. But like this morning, we went for a run on Rush Cutters Bay, and again, let me tell you, that's expensive air down there.
Rush
you're running
Cutters.
past.
Whew.
You're running past. Like the what did I say it was called? It was like the Australian Cruising Yacht Society or something like that.
The
You're like, I don't even know what that
CYCA.
is.
Yeah. There's a lot of little doggies in that park. That's my neighborhood, basically. I love running down there.
Yeah.
But there's
it's
a
beautiful,
hill
but
for hill sprints just there that I can highly
there was.
chef kiss.
I couldn't believe how steep it was.
That's the
It
one
was like
I did.
It was like a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's one of the craziest hills I've ever seen. It was like 150 meters. That for sprints would be unreal.
Can I say,
Anyway,
I feel so validated right now by that comment. It was really hard. And I'm so glad you noticed.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was running down it. I think it's like an alleyway. Is that the one you're talking about? It's
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, I was
know.
running along there and like the only person who gave me a good morning was like this old bloke out like for a walk. And everyone else, always I kept looking. I was like, give him a smile, even just a smile or a nod. I'm like,
yeah,
give me something.
Just something.
A lot of active were going around there. Not much. Hey,
a lot of
PE
PE Nation.
activity.
Yeah, a lot of PE Nation. Oh yeah.
Say less.
Yeah. Too expensive to talk and say.
Yeah.
Hey. Anyway, Chris, what do you got for us? Follow it up.
I am buying, and it is a real it's a real privilege to be buying these. I'm buying recovery boots. Oh my days!
No, you do not have a pair.
So good, I do, and they're so great. They're so great.
Got a lovely wife who loves him very much and treated him nicely for Christmas.
Yeah, they're so great. They've changed my life. I've been in them 3 times a week at minimum. Oh.
Okay, Norma Tech. I am taking sponsors.
It's
Yeah.
also a
Mama
really
tech.
nice. Oh, honey, I'm in my boots. I actually can't move for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you ever
Nice.
take one each?
Wow. I've never
That's not a
thought about
terrible
that.
idea.
Never
And
thought
then you
about
can
that.
swap over.
Yeah. I've got a pair of cheapy ones. They're like, yeah, it's a real placebo, I think, as well. But they are nice. I don't know how much they necessarily. We're talking 1%ers, but they are nice.
Man, it's a
if you can
1%er
make
that
it
I
work.
love.
Agreed. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go do them. I quite like doing them. I think it's a placebo because on a Friday I quite like going to recovery and using them. And I convince
Yep.
myself that the next day I'll be able to run better. And so far,
Hey,
hey,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
often do it like I've got like I said, I bought a cheapy pair for a few $100 that do the job, and like a year ago, and I do them like at night if I'm like watching a movie or like Friday night, especially before a long run, is good. But yeah, goodbye
that's
if
my
you can
buy.
afford them. Great
Yeah.
stuff.
I know. Must
Just
be
marry
nice.
up, man. Marry up.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, love it. Sis, what do you got?
I'm selling brands that do not pay people to promote their content, but instead will gift them kits. I'm
Name
not
and
saying
shame.
this has happened to
Name and
me,
shame. Get it.
because I now have standards and realize that, we have a lot of value to these brands, is what I'm trying to say, and they have very big budgets, and you
Big
should not
time.
settle for less, and you should stick up for yourself and ask for more
Don't ask, don't
because
get.
exactly. But I don't like brands just giving away, oh, you'll have a free pair of shoes if you do this video or come to this shoot. I think no, we're drawing a line in the sand, people. So I'm selling
Good.
it.
Well done.
Good. We can unpack
done.
that some more offline.
Yes, we
sure
can.
All right. I'm ending with a sell as well. It's 2-1 this week.
Whoa.
I'm selling
Bunch of negative Nancys.
the Sunrun Portaloo situation.
Yeah, I knew this
Now-
would happen. I knew this would
now,
happen.
Again,
Go on.
I've sold this before at I think Sydney Mara.
Yep.
Said there wasn't enough. How about 0 being not enough?
Whoa.
No Portaloos at the
Actually,
start.
no,
you got
there was.
7 or 8,000.
There was.
Well, I asked the lady who was the specific thing, and I didn't see any. So maybe whatever there was nowhere near enough, because I
That
had to
is
go.
crazy.
I had to go down to like the beach, and clearly no one else could find them because they were all at the same spot I was at. And I'm standing in line at this like beach toilets. There's like 2 men's ones and 2 female ones. Queue of like 30 people, and obviously all these people need to do a number 2, not number 1. So I'm there at 6:05 basically, and I've got 25 minutes. And let's just say I was still standing in line at 6:26 as I was then about to walk into a cubicle. No warm up other than me doing some leg swings in a bathroom and a couple squats and some jumps, and then quick in and out. As we said, ran to the start line, probably about 150 meters to the start line, jogged it up to that, over the fence, mum's your dad, tie the shoes, and we're off. So I would have liked to have got in and out in sort of 10 minutes and got a warm up in. Even 5 minutes of a warm up would have been nice, but nothing. So I'm selling, facilities. Quite a funny thing happened as well at the end of the finish line. Again, it was a great event in a lot of ways. Well, the course is good. The volunteers are all great who were there, but that was a bit frustrating. It was also funny, like going into that race, I was like consciously like I didn't look at the weather. I was like, I don't want to like know roughly. I just want to like go and feel. And I'm like walking around at the start, as I'm sort of like walking to the precinct, and they're just like blasting over the thing, like 95% humidity.
Yeah.
Like, be aware.
Literally.
I'm like,
kept
yeah, I'm
on
aware. I
saying
can
it.
feel it.
Yeah. They're like, wow,
it's
it's
like, yeah.
really, really humid today. It's like,
Yeah,
no
I'm
shit.
like, thanks. But it was funny at the end, like a minute before Leo and Ed came through, the like arch at the end popped. And my girlfriend was there like videoing and had a video of them like trying to like quickly usher this arch off the thing. So there wasn't like a dead arch over the finish line for all like the photos
So
and stuff.
good.
But as a result, like you kind of finish and you're like, oh, like I guess that's the finish. Like,
Just the plates on the ground.
yeah, it's just the plates on the ground. It wasn't like kind of the finish line itself. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, Micelle, they just got to get more. Just get another 50%
Agreed.
followers on everywhere.
I always
Write it
think
into
whatever
write it
you
into the
think-
race day code.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
whatever you think you need, double it, triple it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so they did have toilets on the other side of the beach because we went to where you went, Cam, and then went, this must not be it. And then they did have more, but the queues were like insane.
Anyway,
But
Crazy.
yeah. Can I
Push me.
just sell one
Push
quick
me.
thing, and that is race day photos. I would like to ban them.
Oh, that's half
Or
the
Yeah.
fun.
Just they are humbling, and gravity really takes over in those pictures. And everything is just
Why do you? They really insist on getting you on your down step.
yeah,
right?
who,
Like-
who
Yeah.
buys these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
I haven't
Anyways,
even looked
yeah.
at mine. His like a girl from Maddie's team was like, "Oh, have you got any photos? I want to post a photo." And I was like, "I haven't even looked at the thing." And I was like, "No, I don't think I have any good ones." So sorry.
Yeah, and don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Nope. Anyway,
Nope.
Very good.
that's it. That is Never Run Alone. Thank you all for listening. Give us a
Oh,
5-star on Spotify. I'm going to reiterate this. If you listen this far, you're a fan, give us a follow, give us a 5-star, give us a like if you're on YouTube, give us a whatever if you're anywhere else you're listening to it. Give us a review, leave us a comment, get the
And
engagement going.
If you haven't already, go in and listen to Rin McDonald's new podcast. Great.
Great call.
Oh,
Great call. The great man
great
himself
shout.
Novak
Has,
Djokovic.
has started a new podcast called Greats, talking through, some of the greats of sport, what makes them tick, what makes them who they are, and reading a book on them. He's been building this for a long time. He just did his first one. Go give him some love. It's a great one. Chuck on during a long run. I did it on Tuesday. Listen to him talk about Novak and his stuff. I think his next episode is going to be on Tiger Woods. That might be a spoiler alert.
I think you're
Reward for everyone
correct.
listening. But yeah, give it a listen. It's a great podcast from the great man. So get around him. And that's
Bloody
probably
good.
it. Enjoy your
Call
run
it a day.
this weekend. Get into it. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
Come on,
Come
running.
running. See ya.